The North African endgame begins now. There is one and only one goal: the final and complete elimination of all remaining Axis forces in Tunisia. Launch a sweeping, all-out attack. The Axis forces have no way out. Tunis may remain in their hands, but we control the sea behind. Hitler's decision to reinforce them was absolutely foolish. When all this is finished, we may wind up with a bigger bag than the Russians got from Stalingrad. But don't let the near certainty of strategic victory blind you to the tactical difficulties that lie ahead. The Axis forces remain formidable. They have performed brilliantly throughout, and their morale remains high. And we know now that they are armed with the latest and best German armor. Tigers ahead.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to my playthrough of Panzercorps, the Allied Corps expansion, or standalone, depending on if you bought it singly or if you bought it as the expansion. This is going to be Tunisia, and this is a pretty straightforward scenario. This is a part of a series of videos that I've created for this particular campaign starting in 1940. And in this scenario, you pretty much just destroy everything. There's no towns or cities or anything that are strategic valued or anything like that. All it is all-out destruction of every single Axis force unit that you come by. And there's some Italian, there's some German units, and there's some Tiger tanks. And they counterattack pretty hard in this level, so let's get started with this replay here. Unfortunately, it doesn't show the purchases that I made, but you can kind of see what we're up against, rather, sorry. I did buy a couple American tanks, and to be honest with you, I don't really know that they're worth buying. And this is coming from an American. I don't really like the American tanks in this game. And just in general, most of the Shermans they weren't bad tanks, but comparatively to some of the later British tanks, I don't really feel that they're very good. So, eliminating units pretty quickly here. That was an anti-aircraft gun we just wiped out with very little problem. This is an anti-tank gun. Nice. I will say this though, the American infantry is very good and either on par or better than the British infantry in most cases. So I don't mind picking up the American infantry. If I lose an infantry unit, I don't mind getting another American unit to replace them at all. Generally speaking though, I don't lose too many units in this particular campaign, but toward the end I definitely lose a lot. I mean, 5, 10, 15, you know, it gets up there, and it's insane how many you can lose. But again, this is Field Marshal difficulty too, so if you were playing on a lesser difficulty, I'm not exactly sure how bad it would be, but it would probably be a lot easier. Interesting. Of course, that was a brand new unit that I bought, so I can't expect too much. Okay, so BF-110 and another fighter it looked like. Okay. Italian tank coming down to harass us a bit. Actually fared pretty decently against them. Alright. No big deal there, really. Looks like some kind of an anti-tank gun of some sort. I don't know why he attacked my infantry with it, though. That's a Marauder 2A, I believe. So, that was a lot higher than predicted. I'll take it, though. Bring these guys up faster? You bet I'm down with that. Okay. That is our first American fighter there. It's a P-47D. Same thing with the American aircraft. Again, I'm not really sure if it's worth it. You might just be better off to get British aircraft if you're looking to get another one, and just stick with that. In real life, it's not the same as the game. You know, I want to make that perfectly clear. You know, American units, whether they were inferior or not, actually fared decently against the German army. So, and a lot of that had to do with air superiority, of course, but still, they did fare pretty well. Except in a couple of instances. Kasserine Pass was one of them for sure. But in the grand scheme of things, definitely still superior. Whether it just have been numbers-wise or whatever, it doesn't matter much. As you can see there, Sherman took pretty decent amount of damage, so... Okay. Get our Sherman back up to snuff. I think if I was to do it again, I would just buy all British tanks, all Churchills probably, and just not even bother. But this was my first run through of this game, of this scenario, and I thought I'd give the American equipment a try, just to see. Oh, nice. That was beautiful. Okay, that wasn't bad. Okay. Jeez. How'd that work out for you? Yep. Gotta go. Ooh, very nice. Got right in behind that artillery and just plain took it out. Now, if that infantry unit retreats, which they did, I can pull the Sherman back to the artillery where he's a lot less likely to get destroyed. It's an anti-tank, I think it's like a Wolverine from the American side. Yep, M10 Wolverine, decent tank. Or tank destroyer, whichever you prefer. Start heading up here toward the port. Try to bait out the Tiger tanks, which I know are lying in wait. At least one Tiger, I'm not sure if there's multiples. Wow. Okay. Take care of this Stuka real quick. That's a bit risky, but it'll work. Okay, that's an 88mm anti-aircraft gun that we definitely don't want around. That's why. Or is it the Italian version? It might be the Italian version. Okay, that's pretty fair there. That wasn't. Oh, it's definitely on our side of the thing there. And that is a captured Wolverine, apparently. Yep. Certainly is. Okay, just destroy yourself. That works too. Oh no, we're attacking this. I thought it was still their turn for a minute. Like I said, American infantry does not disappoint. Definitely worth it. Okay. Surprised the Tiger tanks haven't come out to play yet. Got some, what is that, tall shrimp problem? Air toast. was interesting. It's a scout car that just basically smacked us. And those are actually French troops. That's pretty cool. Alright. Oh, you couldn't give me that extra one? So Wolverine is actually fairly dangerous to me. Any tanks that are near it, especially the American Sherman, doesn't fare well against those Wolverines. Okay, some engineers. Yeah, that's a prime example of what I was talking about. Okay, there we go. That just wrecked him. So, look at that. I mean, he is just... wow. Really tough to destroy. Almost on Tiger difficulty level. Almost. We're definitely going to need some, what do you call it? Replacements for those guys there. Because they took some fairly heavy casualties. Okay. Oh, wow. Get wrecked. Very nice. Ooh. I don't think I knew that was there. Yeah. Again, another 88mm, I would assume. Yep. So that other one was definitely not an 88. I don't know what I was talking about. It was actually the Italian version. Artillery unit up there. This looks like an Italian anti-aircraft unit here of some sort. Yeah, it is. I would imagine 65mm or so, something like that. Okay. Nobody said you could leave. Ouch. There's an anti-aircraft gun there. That's pretty unfortunate. Okay. I'll probably attack the artillery if I'm able. I don't think I was. I think the mountain was blocking my way there. Okay. There we go. And that's probably like a 75mm artillery, if that. Very, very small. There's our Tiger. That is a SS division. But at least he attacked the Wolverine, which is a little more suited to deal with him. Ouch. Holy crap, that was smacked hard. Oof. That was disgusting. What I was thinking there, I should have hit this first. We did damage the Tiger though, so... oh. Nice. Churchill actually put the hurt on him there. Sherman didn't do a damn thing to him. Wolverine didn't do a damn thing to him. The other Sherman coming in for his shot. Killed one of them. Our French infantry to save the day took out that Tiger. Nice. Take that. That commando gets an extra space to move. I don't know if that's normal or if he had an upgrade for that. Man, does it come in handy. Being able to move 3 spaces is so nice. Okay. He's really right in the way. But we'll get through him. Nice. That destroy him completely? Okay, never mind. Well, that did. Okay. 75mm mobile artillery there. The tank picking on our French guys there. French infantry there. I thought he was going to attack on artillery there for a minute. It was a non-core unit, so I'm not really worried about losing the French infantry, that is. Nice. We're just cleaning up. There we go. I know what American tanks are good for. Picking on the Italian tanks. That's what they're good for. Okay. There's a very large anti-tank gun there. Got him out of the way. Just got a couple more anti-aircraft units there, it looks like. Back here. And then I can start my aerial bombardment. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that didn't work out. Whoa. Okay. That guy was one hell of a defender, I'll tell you that. Oof. He's scary. Look, it pissed me off. I just decided to take him out. Man, that was, wasn't really too good there. Lost a lot of guys and a lot of prestige because of that. That's some serious bombardment there. Okay. Give our American infantry there a little breather. Really want to get rid of this anti-aircraft if we can. There we go. And I didn't know what was up here, so I was just kind of looking up there to see. Kind of moving a little cautiously just to find out. Okay. French infantry coming in to kick some ass. Last of the anti-aircraft here, thankfully. Nice. Like I said, I didn't know it was over here, so I am moving cautiously that way. We do need to destroy a certain number of units, which off the top of my head I don't remember what it was, but we need to destroy a certain number of units in order to get a triumph, so that's what I'm up to there. Okay, looks like just a couple of scout cars up here, nothing else. Churchill can more than handle that. Nice. I didn't really need to move those guys that way, but I just did it anyway. The last holdout over here, the Fallschirmjäger. And they're taken out. That's all there is to it. So, just got that one last scout car, and this particular scenario is over. Other than the Tiger and the Wolverine, and just the large amount of anti-aircraft they had, I wouldn't say this scenario is really all that bad. Like I said before, though, the American units throughout the rest of this campaign do give me a lot of issue, in the sense that they're not really that good. And I'm talking specifically about the aerial units, aircraft-wise. Not necessarily bombers, but fighters are not that great. And then on top of that, we have issues with the tanks. So keep that in mind if you guys are playing. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I have a whole series of videos on this particular game, both German scenarios and campaigns, as well as now the Allied campaigns. And I will be eventually playing the Soviet Corps as well. So if you did like it, please leave me a like and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good one. As always, I'll see you in the next video.